Every year when I watch the pro football draft, I realize how much thought and preparation goes into selecting the best players for each team. Selecting the team to build your house should be no different. Coaches would never open up a phone book to find players. They review game tapes, they review stats, and get recommendations from other coaches, and they look at their budget to see how much they can spend. You get the idea. In your case, you'll want to spend a good deal of time on selecting your subcontractors. They can make your building process easy if you choose the right ones. We start this process with the bid package. You'll send out a bid package to at least 3 trades or suppliers per activity. This will ensure that you're getting a fair price. The bid package consists of the plan, the scopes of work and specifications, both general and trade specific, the bid sheet, and the subcontractor information sheet. The plan allows each trade to estimate the quantity of labor and material based on the size and complexity of the home. The scope of work and specifications contain quality requirements and material and product details and general job site procedures. Let's take a look at the scopes of work and specifications for drywall, for example. Why is this information important, you say? Well, from a cost perspective, the difference is night and day. You want to make sure the vendors are all bidding on the same type of work, otherwise you'll get back very different bids. Also, you don't want any surprises later on. If you don't specify that you want rounded drywall corners and the drywaller assumes square, your budget numbers will be wrong, or even worse, the wrong corners will be installed. We don't want anyone to have to make assumptions. Assumptions lead to problems. Also included in the drywall scopes of work and specifications are various details on nailing the drywall board, scrap material responsibilities, finishing detail, and so on. Because building practices and codes vary by region in the United States, you or your builder consultant will want to go through each of the scopes of work and specifications prior to sending them out to bid. Inevitably, there will be changes that need to be made. The general scopes of work and specification sheets contain information that is relevant to all of your subcontractors. These include general job site procedures and requirements, like following all OSHA regulations, and the responsibility for site cleanup. The bid sheets are another key component in your bid package. Based on my experience, if you don't tell the subs what you want the bid to look like, you'll get back very different formats and potentially very different prices, depending on how they calculated things or if they left things out. This obviously can make comparison difficult, so the bid sheets I've created are nice templates to ensure consistency between bidders and to make sure we're comparing apples to apples. Again, just as a reminder, you or your builder consultant should review the bid sheets to make sure they match your building type and location requirements. So let's take a look at the bid sheet for drywall and paint walls. Basically, we ask each bidder to calculate their estimated cost for installed materials and labor. We specifically ask for this in terms of the number of square feet of each type of material used, multiplied by the subcontractor's unit price per square foot to give us the estimated total. The subcontractor's unit price includes their specific cost of labor, cost of material, and profit for that measure of work. This is a great way to directly compare each bid to see who really has the best price. Let's assume that all bids came in as a total cost and are not broken down into quantity and unit prices. If this were the case, we might eliminate a bidder just because they overestimated the quantity. His total cost appeared higher than everyone else, but in the end, he really had the best price. We would have no way of knowing. Another benefit of knowing the unit prices is that you can easily estimate what your cost would be if you change the plan. Maybe you decide you want to extend the family room out another 5 feet. Now you can estimate the cost accurately. The bid sheet also has the subcontractor give us the total cost of material. This is important because it'll tell us how much the subcontractor owes the supplier in case you want to cut dual checks. Let me explain. Some builders pay the supplier directly to protect themselves from subcontractors that don't pay their bills. Your lien waivers should protect you from this, but the dual check is another way to ensure the supplier gets paid. The last component of the bid package is the subcontractor information sheet. This sheet will give you everything you need to know about the subcontractor, including the type of business organization, references, federal ID number, contact information, and so on. As mentioned before, you'll want to make sure your bid packages are detailed, accurate, and 100% complete before sending them out. The bids you get back will only be as good as the information you gave out. Think about it. If you went to a restaurant and just asked the waitress for a steak, she might bring you a well-done T-bone with blue cheese stuff on top. But if you really wanted a medium-rare filet mignon wrapped in bacon, you'd be out of luck. Giving clear and accurate information up front is always a good idea. Now that we've gotten you good and hungry, let's talk about finding subs.